2.0, and now if you go to the search engines, Facebook comes up, YouTube comes up, Wikipedia comes up, so all this social media is now coming into play to dominate. So here's an example of site architecture. I love EvoGear. EvoGear took a gargantuan risk. They took their whole website down a few years ago, and they rebuilt it. Because their web, see these URLs up here where it says evogear.com, shop.aspx, ski plus bindings? If you're looking for ski bindings, a search engine starts by looking at the URL, and then they look at the words on the site, and then they look at the content, and they might look at links. Search engines are based on algorithms. They're mathematical equations that take the architecture and the content and the links, and they start to match all of it up. And when you have more of the pieces of the mathematical equation working in your favor, the higher your likelihood of coming up in search. So EvoGear used to have a site that said evogear.com, QSPTX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was this huge database, and a search engine wasn't going to see in the URL that QPTZ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meant ski bindings. The programmers got it, search engines didn't. So they did this, they took their whole site down and they rebuilt it, but they rebuilt it healthier, and now it's scalable, and it is a brilliant search engine magnet. So that's one example of site architecture. This is Santa Barbara Luxury Rentals, based here in town. And this is the page where you talk about rental information, and it says Santa Barbara-vacation-rental/rental info. And so that's used in the URL, used in the content. Smart architecture, and you've got a little bit of matching up. This is our site. I did a search for marketing advice. And I'm a chick that works out of my house in my pajamas most of the time, and I'm fighting it out with other agencies on the World Wide Web, and we come up pretty high. Our website's been up for 7 months now. And we did a search for marketing advice, and our entire website was built on a very healthy architectural platform. It was built on WordPress, which is a blog technology that search engines can get right in. There's not a lot of images or gobbledygook in the code, so not bad for, you know, a fairly new website. But also take a look at how search engines work. Marketing advice was the phrase. Do you see what's bolded in here? Marketing, marketing advice, web marketing, advice, web marketing. And in here, here's the URL here, marketing advice in the URL. That's how search engines think. So just do a search for something and you'll see the different bolding in the titles and in the descriptions and in the URL. And you'll start to see the mathematical equations. You're not going to see the intricate stuff, but I want to teach you just the high level of how a search engine thinks.
Is this page 1 on Google?
This is probably page 1 or 2. And also, here's a note. Your page in your search engine results are going to vary based on your individual behavior. So here's a fun example. We did a project for a Santa Barbara realtor. And he typed in Santa Barbara realtor. And every time he did that, he clicked on his own website. So Google thought he must like that web page, so it kept showing it higher and higher. So I was in a meeting with him, and he said, "I'm #1 on Google." And I said, "You're actually not." And he, "No, I know I am, look." And I said, "Right." But we deleted his cookies, his browser behavior, and he was on the second page because we had just redone his website. So some of your personal behavior will come up, but the rules change. Like, you used to do a search for Lorrie Thomas, and it was all about me and this other realtor in Georgia, and now it's me and Lorrie Thomas in Flint, Michigan, who's on trial. So the only constant is change, but I wanted to illustrate, just pay attention to the bolding and how that works. And do unique meta tags for every page of your website. So if you're on the About page, or the Press page, or the Frequently Asked Questions page, meta tags are HTML code that are unique to every page of your site, and your webmaster may not set those for you, or they may not set them with the appropriate key phrases that are important for you to be found on, so you can reset where the blue title bar is, the description there, and it's just a great way to tell a search engine what every page of your site's about. And that's what a search engine's going to read. But also, it's what an end user reads as well. So it's important for it not just to say guitars, guitars, comma, acoustic guitars, but for it to read in a way that gets a person to click. Getting found on Google's one, getting someone to click is another. So think about a holistic web marketing approach. Social media content is now coming up in search engines. So even Twitter is coming up based on your Twitter name, your Twitter description, also coming up in search results. News pages. News pages can be a brilliant search engine marketing asset just by having updated news. So a search engine goes, I'm going to read that site more frequently because there's a lot more content. Let's say a search engine goes to your website, hasn't been updated in 3 months. They're not going to read it again because they're going to say, I don't need to go back to that very often because it's the same content. If a search engine goes to a blog and sees this is updated 5 times a day, that search engine is going to put in their records, keep going to that website. So you can do things within your own web pages that are above and beyond the blog that have news releases, new videos, new content. Search engines start with your homepage first, so you can have your homepage content, even if it has a little newsreel or something, that could be one way to help engage a search engine to read your site more frequently. This is Hot Bike, and this is their blog. And I did a search for like a motorcycle blog, and this came up, and it's getting updated all the time. Just one more way to attract the search engines, but also good customer service. This is Real Simple Magazine's website. By the way, who has time for all that stuff? I read that magazine, I'm like, oh my God. I call it real complicated, but no, it's a brilliant magazine, great photos, and their website has all of these links, and see all of these here? Search engines may read these links as being more prominent. Search engines may see this bold as more prominent. So this page is designed for the end user, but also is very healthy for search engines. So it marries the art and the science. And internal links. So I told you before that we try to optimize the phrase wild web women just to see what the search engines are up to. And little things like taking content, and this links to another page of our website. It doesn't interfere with the user's reading ability. They might be compelled to click and go somewhere else, but search engines do read those links. And we link out to other pages too because it's good customer service. And there we are, search for wild web women, and whoever asked about the pages, I can tell you that this will come up on the first page. And yes, Darth Vader is going to teach us something about search, and I'll tell you in a minute. Blogs, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Wikipedia, Flickr for photo sharing, and YouTube are all part of the new rules of search engine optimization. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and this is why. Do a search for Darth Vader. If you have to go back to the office and convince your boss that you need to do some work on SEO, and they go, I don't believe you, or we should use videos, or let's try some things out, search for Darth Vader, and you'll see the images, and check it out. YouTube comes up. And who owns YouTube? Google. Okay, so guess what Google's going to put up in their search results pages? Video. So if you have assets like that, even if it's a video of your charity event or something that can be used for good purpose, you've got some assets for you that can multitask. And more is better. So this is a search for web marketing therapy. I went to Google, I typed in my name. There's my website, my blog, our Facebook page, some map, some search tool, Flickr. Flickr is a photo sharing site, Blog Talk Radio, and Twitter. All of these coming up. So this is TWD right here. It's all about us. Thank you very much. But it's good for branding too. It's credibility and it's visibility. And let's say you have a murderer come into the play, at least you have other pieces out there that are kind of working versus just one website. So don't think about just your own little website. Find ways to put more tentacles out on the World Wide Web. How do you use the web as a powerful marketing tool? Going back to some healthy marketing, some therapy. We're going to talk about our feelings. We're going to hold hands at the end. I'm just kidding. So we're going to look at what makes real relationships work. The true meaning of marketing is maximizing relationships. It is our relationships that take our organizations and help us grow. It's our relationships with partners, with our customers, with existing customers. And here we go. So having understanding, do you understand who your customers are? Do you understand what their problems are? Are you solving their problems? Understanding what they like, what they don't like, where they're at, what's working, what's not, and finding ways to continually serve. Who knows who are your best customers?
Current ones.
Yes, who said that?